Hello and welcome to another edition of Chasing the Dollar, proudly brought to you by TAB Sportsbet. I'm Matt Jenkins. With me, as always, this week, Tim Newbold. How are you, Tim?
Yeah, really well, Matt. Looking forward to Saturday night. The Olympics is taking all the promotion at the moment, but Wentworth Park is still racing and Greyhound racing, and we're giving back a winner on Saturday night. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, hopefully lots of a few missiles there as well, of course. Going pretty good in the pool as well. I want to talk about last week, Barsha Bale. How good is he? An absolute superstar, made it 10 from 10.
Yeah, he is a freak. He's 10 out of 10. Graham bait trains, and when Graham talks, you've got to listen. He's putting him up there with the likes of Cantan Bale. He's Melbourne Cup winner from about 10, 12 years ago, and a few other the big names like Brett Lee. 10 out of 10. He's just got that incredible high speed in the early stages and mid-race, which is where he wins his races. He just puts them away in the early stages, and he's just a freak. 10 out of 10. And I can't wait to see him when he comes up to Bulli next week to contest the Nationals, heats in New South Wales, and then, you know, he's a big chance, obviously, of going down to Hobart to represent New South Wales.
Of course, started $1.80, and a lot of people are happy to take that price. One price you're probably not going to see again, I would say, is the $7 we offered before the heat started. A lot of people happy with that. Yeah,
I didn't jump on at the $7, but I'm sure many did, and they got on it at the good price. I think the all-up, if you played the all-up, winning all three races would have been probably around $3.50, $4. So they definitely got the overs at $7. Well done to them.
All right, let's kick it off with the first of the quaddie legs at Wentworth Park on Saturday night, and just looking at the form, buy box, going to be pretty hard to go past.
Yeah, impossible to go past him. He won the Dapto Megastar at his last run, defeating some of the best greyhounds in the country. He comes back to town where he's won 12 out of 24. He's beautifully drawn the inside. He's a good beginner. He'll just rush through, take the lead. He should be winning. He's got a couple of straight trackers drawn on his outside, so he won't get touched in the initial stages. He'll be winning by bucks, but you'd have to step into the very, very short odds. Lagoon Loanna is a really good Quinella bet. She's beautifully drawn wide out on the track. She was disappointing for mine last week at Wentworth Park after leading and fading badly. I am talking through my pocket, I will admit that, but I think she was probably short of a run, and she'll really benefit from that run. I think she's a great Quinella chance, and throw in young Snoz for the multiples.
All right, the second quaddie leg of the night, I'd say there's either a lot of people still alive or very few if the favourite gets up in the previous, but looking at this, a very open race.
It is. I've come up with number 1, Dusty Dave. He's had 3 runs at Wentworth Park and he's struck trouble in every run. He comes back to town this week. He's got the inside alley, which is suited. He's meeting probably the easiest field he's met at Wentworth Park in all 3 runs. I think if he does begin cleanly, he can lead or sit right on the pace. He'll be very, very hard to beat Dusty Dave. 8 Boundless Boy is going enormous at the moment. He has led all of the way at his past couple last week in town. He's got a good chance. Throw in 6 Buddy Right. He'll drop out at the beginning, but he'll be storming home at the end. If the leaders do come together at any stage, he's definitely the knockout greyhound. And for the quaddies, throw in number 2, Bandana Pete, who can run time when he's on song.
All right, the third quaddie leg of the night, we've got Go Minnie Mouse, or the well-travelled Go Minnie Mouse, back to Winnie Park.
Yeah, she's been competing in all the country challenges, has been to Moree in recent times. She does come back to town, and she's up in grade, obviously, but she's got a terrific chance. But I am going for one at value in number 6, Jeremy Jet. This greyhound is very, very touchy at box rides, but when he gets fully into stride, he's got high speed. I'm just hoping he comes back to Wentworth Park. He's a little on the fresher side. If he does begin, I think he can rush to the lead at the first turn. He has run 29.81 at the track. If he got anywhere near that, he'd certainly blow this team away. He has got a good chance at value. 4 Go Minnie Mouse, as you mentioned, Matt, well travelled. She's a brilliant beginner. She's got good early pace, and she's got a moderate beginner drawn on her inside, so she's going to get every chance to roll to the lead. Throw in 7 $1.04, who is knocking on the door. It's got to be thrown into the multiples and into your wider quaddies.
Well, hopefully you're still alive coming to the final quaddie leg of the night, and Cookie's Recipe going for 3 straight. I imagine pretty popular. Yeah, she's going to be the favourite, and she's going to be the one to beat. She led all of the way last week, running 30 and 13. She clocked 5:32 to the mark. They do not run any quicker. That is an incredible early section. She led by 4 or 5 at the winning post. It's been a long time since I've seen a greyhound lead by that far at the post on the first occasion. She's got a great chance because she will lead. But one at value is number 1, Divine Law. I've been waiting for this greyhound to draw an inside alley, and he does come up with that on Saturday night. He's been racing in tougher company. He will appreciate dropping in grade.
He loves an inside alley. He's just got to begin cleanly, posse up at the first turn. I think he can run a huge race at each way value. 4 Cookies Recipe, the one to beat, will lead and will run a big race. Can run around 30-1 and is on an upward spiral. She's got a great chance. Throw in 5 Electro Storm, who is going enormous at the moment, but lacks early pace, but really strong at the end. If he does get room to move in the middle stages, he'll be powering home at the end.
All right, summing up, Tim, you sound pretty keen on a few. Your best bet, what have you got this week and how did you go last week?
Well, last week we crashed to the deck. Young Snoz, he came out running. I thought he was a complete and utter moral after 40 metres, but Two Tree Hill blew him away, so we've got to bounce back. I like the race 3, number 2, Piggyback for Dave Rigetti. Dave's kennel is firing on all cylinders at the moment. I think this greyhound comes back to town. I think has got plenty of ability, has only got a step within half a length of the leading greyhound, and I think it can blow them away mid-race. Race 3, number 2, Piggyback the best, and then go over to race 8, number 1, Divine Law. From the inside, I think this greyhound will run a huge race at good value.
All right, there's a stack happening in the sport, mainly from over there in London, and plenty of people over there as well, including Ben Damon. Look, I think the second week of the games, you're going to hear names like Anna Mears, a very good chance in the cycling. Of course, Sally Pearson, we all know her, a very good chance in the 100-metre hurdles, $1.40 to win gold. Mitchell Watt, a good chance in the long jump as well. So still plenty of hopes to come for Australia, and a huge coverage from TAB Sportsbet. Open 23 hours a day, live betting available as well. Check that all out at tab.com.au. The NRL, can you believe, a bet of $20,000 on the Storm to win the competition at $7. They've lost their last 5 games. They're taking on Penrith this week. And in the AFL, what a hoodoo this is. The Hawks have lost their last 8 games against the Cats. They're a $1.33 favourite. Big price about the Cats, $3.25 to win this week. So that's what's happening in sport. Of course, we're off to the Gardens on Friday night, the Laurie Healy, and I'm looking forward to this one, Tim.
Yeah, really good crackerjack maiden final, $25,000 to the winner. Lucky on Black will start the favourite of the race on the back of an impressive heat win a couple of weeks ago in 29.49. For mine was disappointing in the semi-final last week, but he has come up with the inside alley, which will bring him right into the race. He's clearly the one to beat. One at value, number 3, Good Odds John. I backed this greyhound at 10-1 last week in the semi-final, ran a really good race, getting the money, and I think it's got a chance of leading and maybe pinching it at value on Friday afternoon, but it'll be a really good race, Matt.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. Thanks for joining us, Tim. Thanks for joining us again on Chasing the Doll. Look forward to catching you next week. We'll see you then.